Hillary Clinton is re-upping her concerns about Russian meddling. She's obviously kind of reeled for some time over Russia's alleged interference in the 2016 election. And now she's saying we have to look out and be careful about them doing it again in 2024. Clinton was saying Sunday in an interview that aired that despite all the deniers, there's no doubt that Putin interfered in our election. And that kind of came as she's, trying to get some headlines to launch her new season of her podcast. When she talks about like Russian interference, there has been like some evidence of Russian meddling. Cybersecurity experts like uncovered a hack of the DNC email system in the run up to 2016 election. There were troll farms in Russia pushing like social media influence campaigns and different things like that. What's been lacking, I guess, in terms of evidence is like insinuations of like kind of like a grand, comprehensive like collusion conspiracy between the Trump campaign and Russia to put him in the White House. So the Mueller report like kind of had investigated this and said they couldn't really find evidence of like a grand scheme of that nature. And so during the last election cycle, this was significant because social media companies were under an enormous amount of pressure to like step up their game and really try to counter Russian disinformation on their platforms. I mean, a key flashpoint in that, of course, is when Twitter, as it was then called, like froze the New York Post account for sharing the Hunter Biden laptop story, like suggesting that, there might have been misinformation there. Of course, in hindsight, there really hasn't been any evidence of that. The large swaths of that hard drive have been corroborated now by multiple outlets. And I think what's different this time around in the 2024 cycle is the political winds have shifted a little bit. There's a little bit more apprehension about social media companies being more aggressive in terms of censoring content. Like YouTube kind of lightened up recently. Twitter has been taken over by Elon Musk and is now called X. So some of these platforms seem a little bit more reticent to really start censoring things. I mean, we'll see if that changes ahead of the 2024 election. But Russia will certainly probably be a top issue given their war in Ukraine. Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin have kind of exchanged praise a little bit. I mean, just the other week, Trump was kind of glad that like Putin suggested he could end the war fairly quickly in Ukraine. So the Russia dynamic is still going to be very present in the 2024 cycle, at least from what it's shaping up to be right now.